Hi, this is Dr. Padma Garvey. Thanks for tuning in. As a working mom with a pretty busy schedule, I can understand how difficult it is to find the time to make healthy meals for our families. Today's recipe is chili with cornbread. And this is a recipe that you can make ahead of time. You can start it in the morning in your slow cooker and it'll be ready when you come home after work. Or you can make it as soon as you come home from work and it'll take about 45 minutes. Good chili starts with good beans, and I like to use a variety in my chili. I like to use dried beans, and here I have a heaping cup of garbanzo beans, black beans, and kidney beans, but you can use any kind of beans that you want. You'll also need to chop up several tomatoes. You'll need to crush about 4 cloves of garlic and dice 1 large onion. Whether you want to dice up some green chilies or jalapenos is really up to you, if you like your food spicy or not. And you'll also need 2 cups of veggie crumbles. Boca has a brand and Morningstar. They're both very good and they mimic the texture of beef. You'll need some cumin powder, you'll need some cinnamon, you'll need some cayenne pepper, you'll need some paprika, as well as smoked paprika and olive oil. Layering lots of flavor in chili makes it taste that much better. You'll also need some Vegemite, you'll need some apple cider vinegar, and some unsweetened cocoa powder, which they use to make a Mexican sauce called mole. For the beans, you're going to place them in your pressure cooker, and you'll add about 4 to 5 cups of water. And you're going to cook the beans on high pressure setting for 35 minutes. While that's going, you can rinse and chop all your tomatoes. And notice I'm leaving the skin on, which is one advantage of using fresh tomatoes over canned. You're going to place the tomatoes in a blender and puree so that you get a smooth paste. Next, you're going to get a skillet ready on medium heat, add a tablespoon of oil, add your garlic and your peppers and your onions and a teaspoon of salt, and let them cook until they're translucent. Then you can add your spice mixture. And your spice mixture is going to be 1 tablespoon of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika and paprika. And you'll stir that and let it cook until you smell the aroma. And once you get that intense aroma smell, you can add the tomato puree and mix well, and you can take off heat. You don't have to put the cayenne pepper if you don't want to, but a little bit will help with the flavor. Then you get your slow cooker ready, and in the slow cooker you add the entire contents of the onions and the tomato puree and that mixture. You're going to add your veggie crumbles. You're going to add a tablespoon of the Vegemite. You'll add 1/3 cup of the apple cider vinegar. And you're going to add a heaping tablespoon of the unsweetened cocoa. Then you're going to add the water and the beans, everything from the pressure cooker. Mix really well and cover and let this cook in the slow cooker on a low setting for 6 to 8 hours. For the cornbread, real easy to make. You take 1 cup of chapati flour, 2 cups of whole grain stone ground corn flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of agave nectar. You're going to grind about 2 tablespoons of flaxseed and add the ground flaxseed to the mixture. Flaxseed is rich in omega-3 fatty acids and is a great egg replacer. You're going to add 3 cups of soy milk, and then you'll whisk everything together. If you like your cornbread on the spicy side, you can chop 2 to 3 jalapenos and add them. You can leave this out if you don't like that. And you'll chop about 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons of fresh cilantro and add that to the batter as well and mix well. Preheat the oven to 350 and get a non-stick muffin pan and ladle the mixture evenly to the muffin containers and bake at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. And after you take them out of the oven, let them cool, and you can take out the individual muffins. And this goes really well with the chili. This recipe here has no saturated fat, no cholesterol. It's chock full of fiber and vitamins and protein. The entire dish featured here had less than a tablespoon of oil, and it's unbelievably tasty and satisfying. Try it.